What's up, YouTube? My name is Ty, financial advisor and founder of Hyperion Wealth Management. Welcome to my channel. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. So here is BBIG, Vinco Ventures. This finishes at $3.29 today. That is up 28.02%. So I made a video on this stock yesterday because we had some big news in the aftermarket. Did really well. And today, this stock was number 2 on StockTwits after SPY, one of the bright spots here in a bloodbath. So once again, we're going to analyze it. So once again, we had some very bullish news. So let's check that out. So the news was that they're finally going to pay out their special dividend in the form of Cryptide shares. Took long enough. Took almost a year for that to happen. About time. So it says May 18th is the dividend date, which is less than 2 weeks away. And it says for every 10 shares of BBIG, you will receive 1 share of Cryptide. And no idea what 1 share of Cryptide is going to be worth. So yeah, really bullish news. Apes liked it, jumped in here, pumped the stock up, and the positive momentum continued into today. But it actually went down. I think at one point this hit $4 yesterday. So a little bit of a pullback, but still a really good day for the stock. And I will say, this does remind me a lot of MMAT Metamaterials or TRCH, Torchlight. So if you guys recall, with Torchlight, they announced special dividend, everyone jumped in, squeezed the stock, and right before the dividend date, it started dumping. So this seems really similar to that situation. Not saying it's going to be the same, but there's a good chance it will be. So honestly, to me, it kind of seems like a sell the news event, but we'll get to that in a second. All right, let's go ahead and analyze here. So first of all, we have a cup and handle in the making, bottom of the cup being the low of 195, and there can be multiple possible tops. It can be 375 or 555, and even longer term, this looks like it's part of an even bigger cup and handle, where the top can be 635, 730, 835, 910, 940, 1040, 1190, or even 1250. So in the short and long terms, the cup and handle looks bullish. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to one of those tops to complete the cup. And then we have a triple gap down. First gap down at 955, so that's a bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 955 to fill this gap. May take a while, but eventually it should. Second gap down is at 745, so again, bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 745 to fill this gap. And then third gap down at 585. So another bullish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back up to 585 to fill this gap. So triple gap down, very bullish. On the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, the MACD line has crossed the signal line 4 days ago on May 2nd, and it's still going up. So that's a bullish indicator. That is telling us that it may be time to buy. And now for the bearish stuff. So today, there was a gap up created at 260. So that's a bearish indicator. That is telling us that the stock should come back down to 260 eventually to fill this gap. And in the aftermarket here, this is running down to 323. So if this holds, that would be a bearish indicator. That is telling us that on Monday, the stock is likely to sell off. And if you guys want to follow along, the link to the chart is in the description down below. So right now, this is sitting on the support of 330, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 340, 350, 365, 375, 390, 405, 415, 425, 440, 460, 475, 485, $5, 515, 535, 545, and then 555. There is resistance above 555, but we're not going to discuss that right now. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 320, 315, 305, 295, 275, 265, 250, 240, 225, 215, 195, 175, 160, 135, and then the low of 120. So right now at the current price, 330, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a regular amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 425 to the upside, the channels start to open up and get pretty wide, so expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 425. And to the downside, if/when this breaks 295, the channels start to open up and get pretty wide. So expect a significant increase in price action if/when this breaks 295. RSI is currently at 65, so not quite in overbought and overvalued territory, but getting up there. So be careful, guys. And this did 138 million in volume today, way above the average of 24 million. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. Okay, guys, just my opinion, not financial advice. So technically, the chart does look really bullish in the long term. Again, strong bullish indicators in the cup and handle, triple gap down, and MACD. In the short term, I think this is going to keep running up until the dividend date, but eventually I do think this will come back down to 260 to fill the gap that was created today. So again, this does seem very similar to MMAT, with the announcement of special dividend and then a pump and dumped. So I do think in the short term, this will continue to run to the upside up until or right before May 18th, and then I think it's going to dump right after that. So if you want to quick scalp this, I can't support it. Just understand that going long here is a straight up gamble right now. 330 definitely not the best entry, but this should keep running to the upside for the next few weeks. No idea how high it's going to go, but I would say going long here would be a high risk, high reward play. Again, more like a gamble than an investment. So as long as you understand you are gambling at this point, and you're okay with that, then sure, go for it. But personally, I'd stay away from it. Too risky for my liking. But if you're in this for the long term and you plan to buy and hold, I would say just hold off for now. Again, 330, definitely not the greatest entry, and I do think this will come back down to 260 to fill the gap. So I don't like the entry of 330. If you're a little patient here, give it a couple of weeks. This should eventually come back down to 260, and I think that'd be a very good entry. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I will not do that just yet, but I do think a good shorting opportunity is coming up. Again, I think this is going to keep running to the upside for the next few weeks up until the dividend date, and same with MMAT. I think right before or on the dividend date, this is going to start crashing. So honestly, 330 is already a pretty decent entry. That's already over a 20% downside if this fills the gap at 260. But if you're a little patient here, you should be able to get this at a much better price. Again, no idea how high it's going to run, but I would say going short here at 330 would be a high risk, medium reward play. Don't really think it's worth it at this point, but hold off, wait until the dividend date, and at that point, wherever the price is, it should be a low risk, high reward play. And there should be a lot of money to be made on the downside. Should be a lot of downside potential. So not exactly the greatest short play just yet, but pretty soon it will be a good one. All right, so pretty straightforward, guys. Great news. Special dividend is going to get paid out, finally. Long term, the chart looks really bullish. Short term, this should keep running for a little longer, up until the dividend date, and then I expect it to crash. So if you want to quick scalp this, please do that at your own risk. That's a straight up gamble, high risk, high reward. If you want to buy and hold this, I would hold off to 260, where the gap is. And if you want to go short, I would hold off for right now. Wait until the dividend date, and you should be able to get a much better entry. And I would cover at 260 where the gap is. So congratulations to everyone who made money in the stock today, and good luck to everyone currently in the stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is BBIG, Vinco Ventures. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Peace out.